I'm gonna be flying that right there. So I'm so excited.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Agent up from
All right, I have control.
You
have the push a little forward.
First time to fly a helicopter. Not fly in, but fly. Be the pilot. First time. Let's go.
All right, Dan, so first thing we're going to do is we'll get our pre-flight started up. Yeah, I think because today we're working on straight level and then climbs and turns, acceleration, deceleration, and then just different types of like steepness in our turns. And I think he's going to probably do really well at that. Most of my fixed wing guys do that. It's when we come back to the ground, we start working on hovering. I think that's when he's going to start learning how to fly a helicopter at that point and realize it's a completely different beast. So I think most of the first part of this lesson should be pretty good and easy to catch on to. After that, we'll see what happens, but it should be pretty fun. Lesson 1, what we're just looking for is going to be straight level, climbs and descents, turns, acceleration, deceleration. Super basic stuff. Not even trying to come back to the field to learn how to hover. Biggest thing is the CFI coming in the lesson. What I'm trying to do is gauge where's the student at.
02
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you these pedals. So big thing we're looking at is our trim strings in the front, right?
Right.
So make sure those are straight up and down, and then our pedals, make sure that those are in. So if I had left pedal, so the trim string was kind of left, you feel a little bit of air through your door.
Right.
Gate 1 Charlie.
A little bit to the right.
Frequency 120.9.
Yeah, go off to the side as well. So we want it to be nice and neutral here.
Okay.
You have pedals?
I have the controls.
Oh, you have the pedals on.
Oh, pedals.
Yep. All right, so just keep us nice and steady here.
Cherokee 02 Whiskey, Machem Tower, enter right down runway 17.
And what you do is press a little bit of the left pedal, or get us out of trim to the left.
Out of trim to the left.
Yes, sir. All right, you go, a little more. There you go. Feels kind of comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Just push it back to neutralize.
137 uniform, change to my frequency 120.9.
I'll go right pedal as well. So this is not how we want to fly. We'll go neutralize it. Trim string centered up, perfect. All right, so with the collective, we can see this is going to be what our kind of increases and decreases the blades, giving us a little bit of a rise and a little bit of drop. So we're going to correlate that to is manifold pressure. So if I raise the collective up, let's go to 21 inches manifold pressure. Feel a little heavy in your seat. And we can see the VSI in the top left gauge right there is starting to show us a little bit of a climb. And I like what I felt there too, a little bit of that left pedal. Okay? So same thing if I drop the collective, just nice and slowly, just a tiny bit of right pedal.
Yeah.
Not as much as left though.
No.
You're going at 16 standby.
And most of that is due to the fact that that tail, the empennage on it, is what's keeping us in trim. If we start to decrease it, now it's not strong enough to manage the torque that we have.
Clear, touch and go, number 2.
So if I want to accelerate, I'm going to push forward and a little up. We're going to see the VSI stay nice and steady, but what that's doing is just vectoring our thrust more forward and a little bit more power to counteract that descent that we'd be feeling. So I'm going to give you pedals and collective now, so you have both.
I have pedals and collective.
You got them both. All right, what I want you to do is let's get us a little bit faster. So let's raise that collective up. I want you to go to about 21 inches, and I'm going to push a little forward on the cyclic. There you go, and a little left pedal because we increased that collective. Perfect. All right, so we'll slow down now. So we're going to lower that collective a little bit.
Okay, to what? 19?
Let's go to 19 inches. Okay. Now let's drop it to 16 inches, so a little bit more lower, and then feel this nose kind of come up with a little bit of back cyclic. Now you got to add that right pedal as well. Perfect.
Traffic 28, final 324, stop it.
Now let's accelerate again, so up collective to that 21 inches.
6 traffic, Cessna 52483, 10 miles southwest inbound.
Perfect.
We'll enter left downwind. 3, 2.
All right, so I'm going to take all controls now.
You got all control.
Got them all. So I'm going to pass you over the cyclic. So what we're going to do is work on the cyclic with this sight picture that we've got.
Okay.
Continue a little nose low, and we're going to stay on this right side of the high school here.
Okay.
All right, so you have cyclic.
I have cyclic.
So I'm going to start to loosen my control on it, and you're
Okay.
going to get a little bit higher grip on that, just a little bit more control. Perfect. And you're going to feel it's going to almost like want to be pulling to the left on you.
Okay.
So you have cyclic. There you go.
I have cyclic.
Perfect. Now what I want us to do is we're going to fly kind of towards Copeland, but to the east side of it, towards that little water tower.
About 500 feet, 1 mile to the south of the airfield.
Cool. All right, well, I'm going to give you all the controls now, Dan.
Okay.
So we got everything for you. So you have all controls?
I have all controls.
You have them all.
I have them.
All right, let's go ahead and raise that collective up to 21 inches of manifold pressure. You're going to feel the nose come up just a little bit as we raise that collective with it too. And I want you to go, let's climb us up to 1,500 feet. So we're a little low, so yeah, there you go, a little aft on the cyclic. And once we get our 15, we'll kind of level back over where we were. Now we'll just lower that collective to about 20 inches. We like that power that we get for today. That's going to give us a nice about 70 knots depending on the attitude we've got set here. And what I want you to do is let's climb us up to 1,800 feet, 1,800. Okay. So we'll add a little power, a little aft in the cyclic, and a tiny bit of left pedal to help with that trim. There you go. Feeling that little bit of a temperature inversion up here. It's a little bit warmer. Nice stable air. It's a great day to fly.
It is a great day to fly.
All right, let's go ahead and go up to 2,000 feet. So we'll climb up.
2,000 feet.
Add that power. Let's go to 22 inches. Let the nose come up with us. Tiny bit of left pedal. Then try not to let the helicopter drift off to the side as well. We're just going to keep that little left pressure in nice and steady on the cyclic.
2,000.
Nice, and we'll rotate forward as well. About 20 inches manifold pressure. Perfect. All right, over this cylinder, I want you to turn us to a heading of a 300.
Over the cylinder, 300.
We'll look to the left, make sure we're clear around. Good
okay,
to me.
Clear left. Okay, 300 left turn.
There you go, yeah. You're doing a good job kind of figuring out that pressure. Biggest thing for a lot of people is they put in too much.
Fail traffic, Archer Bus 524, left downwind for 180.
Okay, 300.
Awesome. All right, now let's go to 270, directly to the west.
Okay, clear left.
You are clear to the left, sir. All right, what I want you to do is we'll kind of make this a little bit fun, but working on our turns and climbs and stuff like that. I want you to turn left, and we're going to follow the west bank of the lake over here.
West bank.
Yep.
All right, here we go. And sight picture-wise on a turn, I keep it the same?
Yep. So we want to kind of think about trapping that compass where it was on the horizon and just dragging it across.
Okay.
We don't want it to drop. We don't want it to climb up because that's going to indicate same thing with the nose.
Understood.
Now in these turns though, we're going to have an increase in load factor depending on the steepness of the turn.
Right, so we may have to increase RPM.
Yeah, exactly. Well, RPM will stay the same. It's just raising the collective a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on a little bit tighter of a turn on here too.
Yeah. A little spicy here. All right, altitude's a little low, so I'm going to pull back a little bit. Sight picture's good. We're looking around. Clear right. Nobody's over there. Clear right.
We're going to raise that collective up a little bit so we don't descend. And see your nose is already dropping a tiny bit, so we're just going to come in a little aft.
Now my sight picture, the compass is over the horizon, but we want that, I guess, to be able to maintain her. All right, that's good to know.
Now we're going to come back to the left around.
Okay. Now we're coming up, collective down a little bit.
Yep. Hey, so far so good. Feeling nice and comfortable?
Yeah, I'm still a little low, so aim small, miss small.
Directly right.
All right, there we go. All right, I like that.
Now what I want you to do, let's keep our 2,000 feet. I want you to slow us down to 50 knots. What we're going to have to manage here is a little bit of down on the collective, aft cyclic, and then a tiny bit of right pedal, but I want to continue on this heading that we've got without trying to turn. So we're going to slow it down a little bit.
All right, so we're going to slow it down, so I want to bring this down and bring the collective up.
So down on the collective, cyclic towards you. Just like we're flaring. And a tiny bit of right pedal.
Yep, I feel that.
And we'll just hold this attitude, and that's going to continue to decelerate us. We're going for 50 knots.
All right. There's 50.
Now let's hold 50. Okay. So now we're going to have to bring the collective up a little bit.
To keep, yeah, because it's starting to drop.
Yep. Now let's go back up to 70 knots. So what we're going to do is raise that collective a little forward on the cyclic. All right, what I want you to do is give me a tight right turn, 2,000 feet, and we're going to come back northbound on the lake now.
Turn, right turn?
Yes, tight right turn.
Okay, clear right. All right, tight right turn. Oh, real high too. Well, we'll fix that on the turn.
Perfect. We'll just hold this right here as we're coming around.
Okay, still clear right. That sounds okay?
Yep, that popping?
Yeah.
That's just the blades flapping. That's the sound of a helicopter.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, let's head back to Meacham. Let's work on some hovering over there and some patterns.
Okay. I'm flying a helicopter.
Hey, you are. I'm all off of it too.
I know, I love this.
That's awesome. Now as we're coming in, we're going to need a cushion. So we're going to start to raise that collective, a little bit of left pedal and forward cyclic, just to continue with that forward movement. And then slowly bring us into a hover here. A little bit down on the collective now, so we can get a little bit lower to the ground. And start coming up, a little bit of left pedal. A little forward cyclic.
Cherokee 4, Fox
I have
Single,
controls.
cross
You have the controls?
I got them all.
contact ground the other
What
side.
happened on that spin?
Runway 16.
So what that is as we raise the collective, we're not adding enough left pedal to counteract that
So I
torque.
got to be more aggressive on that,
do.
closer to the ground.
Yeah, you can kind of feel how much left I've got in it here.
A lot more than I was doing.
Exactly, yeah. All right, so we're gonna work on some hover stuff. So just like on the way out, we're gonna start easy. We're gonna do our pedals first. And so I'm gonna give you the pedals here, and I want you to point our nose at the control tower to the right.
All right,
So
point.
you have the pedals.
I have the pedals.
You got them all.
3-3 Whiskey, runway 17, clear to land.
Runway 17, clear to land. 3-3 Whiskey.
Think about small pressures. Instead of trying to move our whole leg, we're thinking about toes and calves. That's what we're looking to move. So what I want you to do now, so I have controls.
You have the controls.
I want you to, with your right foot, and just watching what I do, we're gonna put it down on the ground like this, and you can relax your left foot for me. We can actually do pedal turns only with one pedal. So if I wanna go left, I put in the left pedal. And so when we're doing our pedal turns, I don't want you to think about left and right, but more of increasing and decreasing the left pressure. So if I wanna hold there, I just decrease the left pressure. And because it always wants to go to the right. So if I wanna turn back to the right, I just take the left pressure off. And then put it back in once I get where I want.
Okay.
That's gonna be way more controlled because what we're not doing is we're not fighting against our feet. So if you're trying to push in right, but you're also kind of putting in left a little bit, it's get this real kind of snappy like that. That's a little bit harder to do. So I'm gonna have you try that. So left foot only.
Left foot only. My rudder controls.
So your pedals, right?
Pedals.
So we're gonna go left pedal all the way to the little antennas over here. And we have a little bit more fine control on it. There you go.
Okay.
Now let's go to the right, back to the control tower. Perfect, there you go, Dan. All right, so I'm gonna give you collective and pedals now, so now you have the collective as well.
Collective.
So what you do is keep us pointed at the control tower.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is keep us off the ground here about a foot. While the nose is still at the tower, I want you to raise us up to about 6 feet off the ground.
Okay.
What you're gonna see is as we raise up, we need to add that left pedal, right?
Yeah.
Now let's go and descend down to about a foot off the ground.
All right, descending to a foot.
So yeah, there you go. Rather, instead of pushing down on the collective, just relax the pressure up.
Yeah.
Because it kind of wants to fall down on you anyways.
All right, there's a foot.
Gotta get that left pedal in, can't forget about it.
Oh yeah.
There you go. All right, let's get us just off the ground, a little bit of close to the ground. That's okay if the skid's gonna touch like that. That's what they're meant for. All right, I have all controls now.
You have the controls.
I'm gonna give you the fun one now. So cyclic.
Cyclic.
This is where this feels like a rodeo. So what we're looking for is nice small pressures on the cyclic. So like you were talking about earlier, we're flying aim small, miss small as well.
You turn left at
So
Charlie, hold
the bigger the control input we put in with the cyclic, the bigger we have to take out. If I had a $50 underneath my cyclic, I only want to think about that much of movement as far as we're going.
Okay, understood.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the cyclic, and I'm going to slowly start taking some of the pressure off of it from me, and you're going to feel that again. Okay, so you have cyclic.
I have cyclic. Dang.
We're going to pick up a little bit. All right, you have cyclic.
Cherokee 33 Whiskey, 33 Whiskey, cross runway 16 at Charlie, contact ground the other side.
Perfect.
Cross 16 at Charlie, contact ground the other side. 223 Whiskey. Thank you, have a good day.
Thank you, you as well. See ya.
See ya.
Starting to get it a little bit. Let's try to get back over the concrete over here. So be a little left pedal. Gonna get us around. And we'll put in that forward cyclic. Kind of walking it in. Yeah, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is give you all the controls here. You have all controls?
I have all controls.
All right, you have them all. Let's keep the nose pointed this direction, same height above the ground. Let's look to get back over the concrete. That's going to actually help our hover out a little bit. up as well. And pick us up a little bit higher, and you're back on the controls. Nice, Dan.
This is nice. I feel like I'm sucking.
No, this is great. First time. Again, we're kind of starting to see those little connections form in the brain, getting it a little bit smoother on the controls. Raises up a little bit higher here. We're going to add some left pedal to help. And let's look to get back over the concrete. That's going to help your hover power as well.
Inbound for north firm with golf. Stage 42, taxi Bravo, clear for you.
All right, see if you can fix it.
The option is short approach as well.
So that's not pulling too much power.
Stage 42.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Stage inbound from
All right, I have controls.
You have the
Push a little forward here.
Stage 2-1, we like to be the north.
Nice, there we go.
Stage 2-1, make approach straight in for the north.
All right, we're going to head back to the South T hangars.
All right.
We'll call it good for this flight, and we'll head out later this afternoon. All right, so what'd you think?
Exciting. I was hoping to be the best ever and just be able to instantly hover.
Yeah.
And I really thought I would be able to. You know, I'm Superman, but it was. There were several points. I'm like, you got the controls, but I didn't. And I tried to stay and fight with it, but then at the end, you know, it was getting a little. When it gets aggressive on the turns, there's a fight or flight response inside.
For sure.
And not a flight or fight.
One thing I thought you would struggle with, but you really didn't have a big deal with, was the cyclic, trying to turn it like a yoke.
Right.
Because I've had a lot of fixed wing guys who come in here and I'm like, all right, let's turn left, and they start doing this.
Right,
and
which
just, I feel
nothing.
just pushing in my lap, and I'm like, you're not doing anything because the cyclic's not moving.
Right.
Now this is the real test to see if you'll be a good pilot or not in a helicopter. Is if you can get the rotor to stop directly ahead of us.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Well, see, I flew gyros, so I had to do that all the time. All right. So just pull it.
Yep. Just a nice like 10, 15 pounds of pressure on it. Nothing too much more than that. Just kind of feathering it in nice and slow.
All right. Here's the ultimate test. Oh. No.
You got it. Yeah, let it come around. Oh, no, you put it at 90 degrees.
No, we're not done yet. Come on.
Oh, it's done.
No, okay.
Dan did a lot better than I thought. Some of the things we talked about was more the cyclic control, so not using it like a yoke. He did really well with that.
Straight and level, I thought I picked it up pretty good. I was good with that.
Made a radio call good. I can see he's a good aviator.
But oh man, I really wanted to be the best ever at hovering, and I sucked.
In the hovering, honestly, not as bad as I thought.
He says I did better than he thought on hovering, but man, that was the thing.
For him to hold a hover for more than like 15 to 20 seconds, yeah, it's a little wobbly. It's crazy at sometimes, but for him just kind of stick through it and go was good.
There is absolutely a fight or flight, but not flight as in flight. So I gotta work that out.
Definitely need some work on that. Confidence being built up when it comes to the hovering.
Wow, flying a helicopter for the first time. What an incredible time. Thank you, Helicopter Institute. If you guys out there want to get your helicopter certificate, check them out, helicopterinstitute.com. Also, I want to thank our sponsors that make this possible, like Marshall Protective Services, mpsprotects.com, 67 Design. All the mounts that were used in the helicopter are 67 Design, 67D.com, Z-Vision, the brightest landing and taxi lights out there, Clemens Insurance, clemensinsurance.net, and of course, Flying Eyes. You see me wearing my Flying Eyes on this ride. Go to flyingeyesoptics.com. Use our discount code, taking off all caps, one word for 10% off, and Colton Mortgage, coltontakingoff.com. Thank you guys, and I'm going to be doing more in this series of me going for my rotor add-on, commercial rotor add-on. So make sure you watch the videos as we post them. Thanks. Take care.